This is the Voice Room podcast, where we explore how to speak with clarity, connect with confidence, and communicate with purpose. Wherever you are, thank you for joining me. Hello everyone and welcome to the Voice Room podcast. My name is Carina, your host. Today we are diving into a topic that gets overlooked but affects every relationship we are in. How to apologize authentically. When was the last time someone apologized to you and you actually felt better afterward? Well, most people don't apologize well. We either overdo it, like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm the worst." Or we overdo them. "Well, sorry if you are offended." Today, we are getting into the art and the voice of a real, grounded, emotionally intelligent apology. This is not about guilt-tripping yourself or people-pleasing. This is about repairing trust and building stronger communication. Let's get into it. Let's start with why so many apologies fall flat. We all heard the classic, "I'm sorry you feel that way." This is not an apology. That's emotional gaslighting with a side of passive aggression. Why does that happen? This is because we confuse apology with explanation, justification, or self-preservation. But an apology is not about being right. It is about acknowledging harm and taking responsibility. Harriet Lerner, the author of Why Won't You Apologize, put it this way: a true apology does not include the word but. It is not right to say, "I'm sorry, but you misunderstood." You have to say, "I'm sorry I wasn't clear," or "I'm sorry I hurt you." When we add a but, we are trying to defend the ego instead of repairing the connection. So the first lesson here is to drop the but and keep the accountability. Here is my 4 A's for an authentic apology. Awareness, acknowledgement, affect, action. Let's walk through them. Awareness. This means you understand what happened. You are not just saying sorry, you actually see the impact. For example, instead of "I am sorry I was late," say, "I'm sorry I was late. I know that make you feel like your time wasn't respected." You name the behavior, but more importantly, you name the impact. Number 2, acknowledgement. This is a big one. You own what you did, not defensiveness. You have to tell yourself, "I spoke out of frustration and that wasn't okay." Number 3, affect. This is where tone of voice matters. People feel your apology more than they hear it. If you are monotone, rushed, or dismissive, it won't land well. Try grounding your breath. Slow down your tempo. Speak from your chest, not just your head. Then we have action. This is the follow-through. An apology is a bridge, but you gotta walk across it. Ask, "How can I make this right?" Or you can say, "Here is what I will do differently." Otherwise, it is just a sorry on a loop. Now let's jump into something interesting. There are really 3 types of apologies. Number 1, when you hurt someone unintentionally. Number 2, when you hurt someone while defending yourself. Number 3, when you are apologizing for something you didn't do directly but were part of it. Each of these requires a slightly different voice strategy. Example 1. Unintentional harm. You accidentally interrupted someone in a meeting. Try saying this. I'm sorry I cut you off just now. Please continue. I want to hear your full thought. Notice that when you speak, make sure it is short, clear, and specific. Example number 2. When you defend yourself but it got heated, try saying this. I stand by what I say, but I'm sorry for now. I said it and I let my tone take over. This holds your ground but also softens the delivery. Example number 3. Collective apology. You are part of a group or team that caused harm, even if you didn't do it personally. You can say, I'm sorry for the experience you had with our team. It is important to me that we don't repeat this, and I'm listening to how we can improve. Collective responsibility doesn't mean personal shame. It means shared healing. Now, you know I can't let you go without talking about voice technique. Because let's be real, the words I'm sorry are about 10% of what makes an apology work. The other 90% is vocal tone, rhythm, and energy. Here are 3 things to watch for in your delivery. Number 1, volume. Lower your voice slightly, not to shrink, but to signal sincerity. Number 2, tempo. Slow your pace. A rushed apology often feels like a drive-through transaction. Breathe. Breathe from your diaphragm. You want your voice to sound supported, not shaky or shallow. Try this. Say, I'm sorry, out loud 2 ways. First, while you're holding your breath. Then again, after a slow, deep inhale. Notice the difference? When your voice is grounded in breath, it sounds more trustworthy because it literally feels more stable. So, what happened after the apology? Here is something that is often overlooked, the aftercare. An apology isn't the end of the conversation. It is the beginning of a repair. The other person may not forgive you right away. That's okay. Your job isn't to rush them into grace. It's to stay available, curious, and accountable. Sometimes the most powerful post-apology phrase is, I understand if you need some time. Give people space. Trust is rebuilt with consistency, not charisma. And here is your takeaway for today's episode. An authentic apology is not about being perfect. It's about being present. It is not a performance. It is a practice. It is not, I'm sorry so you'll feel better. It is, I'm sorry because I value this relationship. And when you learn to do that, not just say it, but mean it, you become not only a better communicator, you become a safer, stronger, more trustworthy version of yourself. That, my friend, is the power of voice in action. Once again, thank you very much for tuning in to the Voice Room podcast. And I hope today's lesson gave you not just tools, but courage. If this episode spoke to you, do me a favor. Share it with someone who might need a new way to say sorry. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and tell me your biggest takeaway. And of course, don't forget to follow along on Instagram at The Voice Room. Until next time, speak with grace, breathe with courage, and own your voice.